Yeah, folks, we are back. We would like to apologize for the inconvenience because, technology doesn't always help us in any way, shape, or form. But hey, once we've decided to do this show, we are going to be doing it. And no matter what it is, we are going to have a very great continuation of the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ENAM is back with us once more. Ron, I think you were asking some questions, and let's proceed with it.
Well, I was asking her about what the shrine was about, and so and if you don't mind just telling us about the shrine again, because that wasn't on the air when we were talking about that. Can you just explain about the shrine, please?
And before you go, before you answer the question, I think there are a lot of people who are now logging in. So if we can refresh, we go back, and then you say, you know what? Well, they are lining up left, right, and center. So it means a lot of people want to hear what you have to say. So Ron started asking you if you can reintroduce yourself to the new listeners who are just joined in. That would be very, very lovely.
My name is ENAM, popularly known as ENAM Music Haji Vodushi. I make Afro spiritual music, which is influenced by the Haji Vodushis of the Yoruba Shrine. I'm an Afro spiritualist. That's what I call myself. And my genre of music is Afro spiritual, first of its kind.
Yeah.
And how is that different, may I ask, than other Afro types of music we hear? Like, of course, like you and I were chatting about how is Afro spiritual music different from, say, Afro beats or dancehall or anything else like that? How is it different? What makes it stand out?
Okay, so as a Haji Vodushi, what makes me a Haji Vodushi is mainly the frequencies in my voice. There is frequencies that are specially made for healing, and Haji Vodushis are the people that have that tone in their voice. And so the first element that makes my music Afro spiritual music is my voice. And so when it comes to my production and my beats and my selection of instrumentation and all of those things, it also deals with carefully selecting the best frequencies that are made for the set thing or the purpose which the song is being made for. And so when you listen to my music, you feel connected to a certain source, and you just feel different because it just selects the frequencies that are good for you, that are good for your hearing. So it's just not based off nice beat or music that sounds good or what is trending or what everybody is playing now. It has to do more with the people in mind as we are creating the healing, your psychological makeup, and everything that has to do with you and your spiritual connection to self. So that is what Afro spiritual music is.
Can I ask then? I know that many of us, when we're recording in the studio, tune up to what's called A440. Does that mean you're using different pitches than what everybody else would be using? In terms of, we have what's called the 12 toned chromatic scale. We also have, of course, things like the major scale, which is 7 notes or 8 if you want to include the 2 octaves. But does that mean you use something different in terms of how you tune up yourself to the songs? Because I know that might be, I'm not sure what you mean by a different frequency when you say that.
Yeah. And so when I speak of frequency, I know that we have the set frequencies like you were listing and all of it. But ours is tuned. You see, African music has more than all that is already written in the music notes and in all the music books. And so we have very special local frequencies that are special to our types of instrumentation. Because even when you take the shaker alone, it carries like a whole host of frequency around it. And then when it comes to us, we manufacture instruments. And so we can actually grab instruments that would give you different frequencies from the 440s and all the other ones that you were listing. when they come into the song, they bring the difference and they change the frequency of everything entirely, because it's just not the norm. It's not what is being used. So it's just like a different vibe. And my producer too has depth into what he does in terms of his field, and with what I bring from the palace, like the shrine, to add up, then we move with it. So it's just like a combination of something that is not used and something that is already in use. And so it just blends and creates something different.
2AB, yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Very, 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 very. It's new. And when I started reading about you with respect to the music, I said, I had never heard about Afro spiritual music. And how has it been received?
So far it's been amazing. It's been great. And I am not surprised, because it's just like when you needed something and you didn't know you did, and that thing shows up. It's just pure joy. And I mean, with me, when I had the awakening to do this kind of music, because I was on a different vibe altogether back in the days. And when this whole thing started for me, and when it all started coming together, I had a great sense of joy. And even me discovering that kind of music and connecting to it, I had a whole sort of a whole form of peace that I had never had listening to any type of music, because it got to a point I just got tired of listening to music. Like the love and the enthusiasm, everything just was slowly going down. It was just going down. And I wasn't just feeling it, because I wasn't just I couldn't just appreciate music for what it was till I discovered Afro spiritual music. And we have something in our culture that we call Sankofa. It means going back to take up on all the old stuff and bringing it back. Sometimes we feel like we are so advanced and so we don't need the past.
Mhm.
But we always do, because that's where we are connected to.
Yeah.
The past will always be the original. And so what that did for me was it taught me that whatever we do in advancement, we always have to seek back to the olden knowledge, to the olden truth, because those were the originators of this whole thing. And so if we cut it out, we may be missing out something good. And so when Afro Spiritual happened, it was such a joy, a joyful moment for me. And it was a moment for me to appreciate music again, to appreciate sound again, to see that music has that impact beyond music, not just listening to music and having satisfaction from your ears and your body moving, but then psychologically after that, you just feel like you have been through a great therapy session. And that is what Afro spiritual music is. And it's been great. People have just had it great.
Amen. And I know you're going to go places with it, because you remind me and you put me in touch of the indigenous people in North America, for instance.
Yeah, me too.
Basically,
I thought of that.
that is where you are going. You are treading in some uncharted waters from the African point of view, because like when we're offline, I was talking to Ron about the fact that I've performed as an artist in so many different festivals all over North America and South America. And there's one thing that stuck with me, going to perform the Winnipeg Folk Festival, one of the largest, and then hearing a group about five people from 5 artists from Mongolia using their vocal cords. And when they are doing it, it's like they are in trance. They are in trance. They are enjoying what they are doing. And it sort of brought me back to the it brought me back to earth to appreciate that form of music. So I think what you have done, you may not know right now, but you are treading on something that is going to catch a lot of followers, because there are a lot of people who are spiritualists, right? And they do not have their own space, to express themselves. Because in this modern world where we are right now, everybody is trying to see where they can go and what they can do. That's why we have a lot of collaborations and stuff like that, because they've gotten to a point where they've done it all and they don't know where to go. But you charting that course, I think you put me back into looking at and listening to the indigenous people in North America or around the globe. Kudos to you, and then I think continue to do what you're doing. Ron, you said you had a follow up.
No, I was saying, and I agree with you, TYB. I think every culture is like that. They have, from all over the world, they have their own type of music that it's close to their hearts and it brings their hearts into it. And that's just like, as you were mentioning, the Indigenous people of Canada. Same thing.
Yeah.
We have a group here in Canada that were the first people here. And they have been around for 10,000 plus years here in Canada. So, and they have their own style of musics. I'll say music because each group or band or each one has their own style of music that they play.
Yeah, and I was watching the video. That video for Afa is the Afa, right? The Afa video.
Yes.
And I was going to ask about this too. Yeah, good.
That's right. Woo! That was something. That was something. I love it. I love everything about it. Tell us about it when you were shooting the video. And the other side, I tried not to watch it at night. The other one, where the eye was out there. Tell us about it. Very interesting. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell us about it. I mean, from the beginning to the end of how you shot the video.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all your kind words. I respect you both so much. And, having these amazing, uplifting words from you both gives me so much joy. And I would say it has really fueled my passion. And I've really heard you in good faith. And I'm going to keep up with what I'm doing. And I hope and I trust that as I have your support, I'm going to do great. We are going to do amazing. So our first video is it really actually goes beyond just shooting a music video, because this is something that happened long time ago, back in the days, that the spirit of the lands actually went through to find a way to tell the story back, and all they could use was to use Afa. So I will start off with Afa. What Afa is? Afa is the spirit source that is in charge of knowing about all that there is that is to do with our life path. What we are here to do is like the horoscope of what everybody's life and destiny entails. And so it has been part of our cultures for the ages. And all around the world, in Africa, in the royal homes, we have special things that we use, or special techniques that we use in picking our kings, choosing our queens, and knowing people that are meant for specific positions. We don't vote, we don't have democracy. We have Afa, because Afa is all-knowing spirit source. That is the lineage, like the link or the road or the path or the map to every spirit source, because that is how Afa is. And so when you need to know something or find out something about yourself, you consult Afa and you know everything. That's what the king's men use to choose the kings. And even in the olden days, when Africans were trying to find their path back to their lands, to see the kind of lands they would settle on or in, they had to consult Afa to know that, okay, should we move forward? Is there a good land there that we could settle? When they consult Afa, Afa tells them and it guides them, and then it takes them to their destination peacefully. So that is the technology that they were using, and that was the chat GPT, or let me say Google or search. That is how it operates. That is the original one. because you just enter an information like the way you just enter into Google, and it pulls up the information for you. And that one, it doesn't give you scattered answers, it will give you a specific answer. So that is the technology that they were using, and it also deals with the same methods the computer uses, that is geomancy. So AFA is geomancy. It deals with the same techniques, the mathematics, and all the things that the geomancy of the computers and all of those things are made of. That is what AFA also is. And so it happened that there was a fort in the Volta region, the building that was used to shoot the AFA music video. It used to be a fort where they used to put slaves, and they used to do a lot of horrible things to these slaves. And it was very hectic. And so they were enslaved for a long period of time. They just used to come, buy them, put them there. And the sea was just there in Keta. So they just transport them through the sea, and then they take them out of town and they take them overseas. And they used to do a lot of horrible things to them, rape their women, kill them, like do a lot of things that we know that they used to do in the days of slavery. And so these people called on Afa. And then Afa asked them to call on the ocean. And that is Achapuganto. And so when they called on the ocean came and invaded the building. So all the slave masters, most of them died, and some of them had to even like run away. The people that got the hint and were able to flee, they had to run. And this building is close to the street. It's just by the roadside. But do you know that the ocean came all the way to the building, and the building ended up in the middle of the ocean, and the ocean stayed there for ages till none of that was happening in Volta region again. The slavery and all of those things stopped before the ocean went back. And so that building had been there and it's been abandoned. But when people pass on and they are not their bodies are not taken care of, and it's just like they are left there, in our culture we believe that we have to appease those souls. But these buildings have been abandoned and these souls are there. And so when we got there, we went there with the Bokos. The Bokos are the people that you consult when you need to know something about yourself. So the music video, all the people you see in the music videos are not models. Those are not models. Yes, they are real Bokos, real ordained Bokos that have gone through the necessary scrutiny and all of the mediums and the processes that you need to go through to become a Boko. So all the people in the video are professional Bokos, and they live in a certain town in Volta region called Anui. So I transported all of them from Anui, because when I did the music, you can't just get up and sing about that. You need to go through the right processes, because their words are sacred. Even though my musical spirits came to me themselves and gave me the inspiration, it's still their message that I'm passing on. So I had to respect their kingdom and then go there and do it with them. But it was an actual message that was being passed on. And so when we went there, the video director actually had a picture of how the slavery was done. Because when you enter into some of the rooms, you realize that when you enter, it's a story building, but then you cannot, it's not tied. Like when you pass there and you don't know, you just be falling. So I see that they used to pass people there and drop them, and they used to die. Like they just push people from there, and it was so horrible. So after even the sea and the ocean and all of that is gone, you can still see that in the building, the seaweeds and all of those things are still growing. So it means there are still the presence of those hunter spirits that are there. And so when we went there, the video was like a celebration of uplifting their energies so that they can peacefully rest in their various spaces and then give back life into the land. Because all the people that go pass on, we still need those spirits to fill the land. And so when there are so many wandering spirits around and their spirits are not being taken care of, it brings a lot of chaos into the land. because that place is close to the roadside. And so all those wandering spirits around, they are not able to serve their purposes. So when you watch the video of afar, the strong, energetic, spiritual connection and link that comes with it is for real, because the spirits were standing in the video with us and they were existing. And
Yeah.
there is a lot that I have to gatekeep because I can't share so much on here. Even after the video, the challenges that we had to go through in order to make sure that we have the footages was a whole lot, because it wasn't an easy ritual to perform, and we were making it into something like a film or a documentary that will be there to honor that moment that there were people that came to suffer or go through things for that place to be there, and now we have that place to do something of that sort there. And so the strong spiritual connection that you feel is because all the people in the video are spiritual people, like ordained spiritual people. I myself is a Haji Vodushi, the goddess with a gift of songs. And the energies in the video and the messages that we wish to convey to the world is the spirits of the land live. And as a soul, if you exist and you are here right now, it means that you are made up of strong spirits. You are the God, and you are the orchestrator of everything that is around you. Nothing can happen if you don't let it. If we had not turned on our cameras to be here for this show, it wouldn't be happening right now. And so we should be very conscious about everything that we do. People may like to think that everything is very trivial and normal. It is not all normal, because when you learn to know that there is the observer and the observee, that is when you know that when you talk about the spirit, it is not something so far away, like vanishing into somewhere, or like all those film tricks that we see. The spirit is the voice that tells you to do what you do. And when you are quiet and you don't talk from your lips, and that person, the observer, is speaking to you as to the next move you have to make, then you know that the God within is speaking. And when you leave the space after this body is being done with, that is the person that is left.
Oh.
And your connection to that person right now is what matters most. We may feel like it is all that there is. When you're gone, that is it. There is so much more. That is why Afa is here as a testimony that the spirits of the land live. Because if you can even watch a music video and feel the connection, that energetic spiritual calling, then it means that the spirits of the land actually really live.
I didn't want to watch it at night, but at the same time, I mean, you bring something to the table that is very, very, very interesting. As a person from Ghana, for instance, I understand where you're coming from, and kudos to you, because there's a lot to share, and it seems you have the energy, you have the understanding of what you're doing. Because I'm not putting anybody down. With all the modern musicians, if you should put one down right there, unrehearsed, see, talk about Afrobeat music, talk about reggae music, talk about this, I don't think they will be able to sort of be able to get the explanation of how you put it. You brought a sense of understanding to me, and to most of the listeners watching and listening to you from around the globe right now. There's that interest there. So once again, I say, continue with what you're doing, the path that you've chosen. I would rather like to call you Professor, ENAM, because the thing is, you understand it from where you're coming from. I love it, and love the music, and I love everything. But like what you said, yes, when we started the show, what happened? Boom, we got off we're booted off the screen. For what reason, I don't know. But we said we're going to continue with this. We don't know, but now you've come to explain what it is. And then the God of our ancestors are also listening, and they're saying, well, she was going to say something good about her. So That's where we are right now. And I love what I'm hearing from you. And I hope you continue to do what you're doing because you are treading through some waters that you don't know where it's going to take you. Kudos to you. Ron?
Out of curiosity, I know that all the best and the most well-known musicians and the most accomplished musicians in the world all have great influences in their life as to who has played a part in their growing up process as a musician. Can you tell us some of your influences as a person growing up in the music industry?
Um, Growing up, I've had a lot of influences around the world. I love reggae music. I love soul music. I love Bob Marley. One of my world favorites of all times. I love Bob Marley. I love Lucky Dubé. I love Lucky Dubé. I love all the high life musicians around the world. And I love people that do indigenous music. It doesn't matter. Just the free ones. I just love to hear the tones. I love South African music because of the soul that it carries. I just love music that has soul in it. I just love music that has spirit in it. I just love music that vibrates on a heavy frequency. I don't just like to listen to music and just listen to it bare. I love music with music in it.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah.
Professor, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
That's
many
great.
of us.
I love it. I love it.
What would you say when you go to write a song? You're going to sit down, say like a file. What is your process for going about writing? How do you go about doing it? I know many of us who are musicians have certain. There's no two probably that do it exactly the same. There's no right and wrongs to all this. It's just what has worked for you to write new songs.
Okay, so in the past, my creative process changed because these times I'll be there. I write actually. I'm a writer. So I'll just be there and then the inspiration will just wake me up. And so it wakes me up in the rhythms and the frequencies and the chants. And so I have a coach and a guide right now. My mother is one of those because she really understands the language. Because sometimes when these messages come to me, I don't really understand some of them in my language. And so I have to consult the elderly ones. Then they will explain to me that this is what it means because I hear into the cosmic. So sometimes I hear some of the words. Sometimes I get some of the vivid verses in the cosmic. So when we take a fa, for instance, the nya si afagla enya nukore magabaya we chikae magabaya we tukare nya si afagla enya nukore Magabawe chikae, magabawe tukare. I heard that in the cosmic, but then with the beginning of the verse and all of that, through the creative process, it just joins like a patch because it just builds from a place. It's just like fire. It starts with a smoke, and then the flames catch up, and it all blends together, and the patches would be forming. And so sometimes I just hear one rhythm. I enter the studio, me and my sound engineer get into the mood. We are working, and then the patches will just start forming together. And he is a musician as well, so sometimes he also gets inspired and then he will put some rhythms in there and then we create magic. But We Ever was a special song. We Ever came to me after a ritual, so that was sung to me by my dead great grandmother. She sang it to me while I was there after a ritual, and I was just there sitting quietly and meditating. That's when I heard, We ever and never bulak bodama. We ever and never bulak bodama. We ever and never bulak bodama. Dogolo abala TV ananya. Dogolo. Dogolo, dogolo abala TV ananya, dogolo. that I heard it. She sang it to me in her voice, and I heard it loud and clear. And that means we have a 12. Are you missing in the lot? Are you missing in the lot? Come out as the shining star that you are.
TYB, yeah. Good to hear. I love your voice.
That's right. Ron, I was going to say, why did you say that? That was what I was going to say. Why did you say it? You know, the voice is awesome. The voice is
Thank
and I
you.
like the music. I like, you know, what you bring to the table once again. Yes,
Thank you.
we've had a lot of artists, you know, coming through here, Grammy Award winners, what have you. But the conversation has never been as deep as what we are having right now. And I think there are a lot of people around the globe listening and watching you, and they are taking inspiration as to what Afro spiritual music is all about. And I hope and pray that it takes off, and it's going to take off because there's the space for it, right? There is something about it for it. And like I'm saying, I've performed at so many different festivals, especially in Canada. If you go up north, Whitehorse, what have you. And even I was on a tour in Guyana, South America, and I went there
Yeah.
and we did a workshop after after the performance. We did a workshop, went into a village, and as soon as we entered that village, it's an African village. As soon as we entered the village, there was something out there, right? And they started singing some African songs, and I didn't
Mm,
know where it was taking me to. And then
mm,
we went to a different city and were performing. So during the break, we
mm,
saw two men with some congas and congas, and they came on, and there was this old lady who came, and then all of a sudden they started singing, and the old ladies fell in a trance, and all that we could hear from her was that my people are here, my people are here, my people are, like she was in a trance. So I believe this spiritual thing, that Afro spiritual music, is there, but we haven't brought it out because sometimes we think, oh, people are going to say, oh no, it's about voodoo and no voodoo. So what?
yeah.
It is not about it's not about that. It is about people expressing themselves spiritually. Because I
Yes.
understand that I have been there. Um, I know what music is all about. We have to appreciate all forms of music and what everybody brings to the table because there's space for everybody. There is
Yeah.
space for everybody out there. But then Afro spiritual music that you've started, I think is going to grow so powerful, just like how Daji Agbenefa is saying. Yeah, I agree with him. It's going to grow so powerful. So do not be discouraged by whatever anybody will say because the videos themselves can be used as a tool to teach, right? And honestly speaking, when I watch both videos, I just got stuck to it, and I knew there was something there's something around it. And then you coming on the show to explain it and to expound on what Afro spiritual music is great. It's great. My question to you will be: how would you advise anyone out there who want to get into Afro spiritual music? What would be your advice to them?
My advice to you would be don't be in a hurry for everybody's success. Just be in your lane and focus on the work because it is not just about doing music, it is about winning souls for themselves. This winning of souls is not about winning the souls for somebody. We are winning souls so that their owners can have them back. And this needs patience, dedication, and a lot of hard work. And so, my advice to everyone out there who would want to do Afro spiritual music is you are different. And so, you go about it differently. That's all.
How different should that person be? Is because once what we've seen a lot of artists coming through here, and then sometimes somebody says, "Oh, I would like you, you know, I would like to be like ENAM." And we always tell them, just like you said, be yourself.
Just
Just
you.
be yourself, because there's only one ENAM. Nobody.
Yeah.
Only one. So you try as much as possible to be, you know, to learn, not to be like ENAM, because ENAM is just one person out there. And how do you measure success at this particular point in time? You know, and even before you answer that, how long have you been in this space?
I've been in this space forever. I've been in this space for, I mean, however long. This has been my life. And so I've not even been counting the days, you know. It's just been my life and it's just been part of my existence. And so when I'm asked, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be counting. I'm living, you know. I don't really know, but yes, I've been doing it for some time.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you want to see yourself? I will give you 10 years, because I see the success that you are already catching, you know, moving forward. How do you want to see yourself within the next 5 years?
Um, I know Afro spiritual music will be doing amazing, and the woke world will be such a great number, the whole world, because the woke world is for all of us. That's why it's called the world, the woke world. And I know that we really need sound hospitals around,
Hmm.
because plants and all the other forms of existing medicines that we have around now is not the only form of healing that we have. Sound, we have different forms of sound that we can administer you on, that can offer you healing that maybe medicine cannot. And so I know that we need a lot of sound hospitals around, sound healing centers, so that people can come and have a great form of healing. I mean, I decided to do this whole thing because I felt my village was too small for such a great gift. Because looking at how easy life was for us with our methods and our techniques, the things that we use sound to do, we use sound to grow the crops. They just set out and start singing frequencies into the universe. And that is where you find the most beautiful carrots, the sweetest ones, the most beautiful tomatoes, pepper. Just talk about the vegetables, you know? So when we have sound hospitals around of my kind, the small farms that my great grandmothers used to own in the shrine, they used to do a lot of great magics with it. So imagine we have big sound hospitals around, like situated around the globe, that people can have another form of healthcare. That is like my greatest goal. And I know that it's going to happen.
Oh, it's already happened. It's already happened, because I know, and that is the space that you have to take advantage of, because you are there, you are the pioneer, you're going that way, because you understand there could be so many different forms of, you know, spiritual, what have you there, but yours is yours. You are in your lane,
Yes.
so you are the pioneer of what you are doing. There might be similar things coming, you know, around it, but then what is behind it is what is most important. Ron?
I have a two-part question for you, if you don't mind. What is a typical live performance like for you? Is it more of a concert, a ritual, or something in between? That's the first question. And the next part of it is, and how do audience typically react to these?
Okay, so I have different forms of live performances. I'm actually a performer too. So I have sound healing sessions, and these are strictly for sound healing purposes. These don't have elements of my commercial songs or the songs that I put out necessarily. These are hums, rhythms, sounds, and actual frequencies that we do to ignite um, people and actually heal them. And so that is the sound healing sessions. When it comes to the typical live sessions, I have a STEM band, and I actually perform my songs, and my normal songs are even spiritual. Just that the sound healing sessions are completely different. These include incense, sound healing drums, hand pans, different instrumentation, shakers, like waterfall therapy, and all of those ones. And it's different. It's a typical, personal thing. And then the actual performance, that we have a stem band, and then I have another live band that has percussions. That one we do strictly live. And then if we want to start the performance, maybe if we would do something spiritual, that will be the intro to just help everybody ignite their aura around there, like just cleanse the space in order to make the way clear for us to be able to do the performance. And then after that will just be the main performances. I have live performances on my YouTube, so you can see the kind of performances I have, but I have not put out any sound healing ceremony yet. Those ones I have not actually filmed them and put them out, because mostly it's very personal, it's up close, it is, it's not everyone that wants. And my kind of client, they do not really want to be exposed out there, so it's not up to me to be filming. The ones that I film are for my kind of live performance. And also I do concerts. Sometimes I do DJ sets, because I have songs that are like that. And like I do concerts, I can do concert shows, like play normal band. And yes, it's a whole industry, right?
And how do people react to these concerts, as my other question was?
Yes, they are always mind blown. They are always amazed. I mean, I think the wave is catching. And so I really get reactions like, oh my God, how am I now seeing you? How am I now hearing about you? How come I have not seen you around? They are always happy and they want more, and they always want to see me in concert and in performance.
Okay, fair enough. Can I ask what's next for you after AFA?
After AFA, I have a whole album coming. Yes. So I have a whole album coming. It's in two sides, the side A and the side B. Like I said, so I have the very spiritual one for my spiritual lists, and then I have the side B, which is mixed, just our vibe and our kind. We can groove and dance and still have the form of healing that we need. And so I have an album coming. But before the album, I have a single that will be dropping very soon, before the album gets in. So I have a lot coming.
Are you able to tell us that single?
I will tell you. So that's why you have to stay connected on my socials, so that you'll be updated whenever something is coming up. Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, TYB, go ahead.
Yeah, I love this conversation. I always want to put an example there. We're at the Festival on the Rocks in Whitehorse up north.
Mm-hmm.
And this was different from the one in Guyana, but then up north. We were just doing a workshop, and all of a sudden, a native group also brought some drums. They started playing with us. And they started playing with us, and we were looking at each other and saying, what's going on, right? And we enjoyed doing it. The attraction was there. And then I was headlining the festival. So on the last day, we went on stage, we were playing, and the same group came.
Hey.
And they were rather in tune with it. So right after that, we started talking to them. They said, that's why I'm so interested in this, in the Afro spiritual kind of era that you bring. They said they were attracted to the fact that they felt something pushed them to sort of come and perform with that. So, like I'm saying, it is a turning point in the annals of music, the music industry, for somebody out there, of a group of people to come out there and then to propagate or to push Afro spiritual music out there for everybody in the world to see. It's not about satanic or something. There's nothing about that, because spirits are spirits. whether we like it or not, they are all around us. We feel them every day.
Yeah.
We know that sometimes we meet people on the street. So, sheesh, is that person that we know? We can't. We were created to go and come back anytime that we want. So, for you to have gone to this level of doing what you're doing, I appreciate it, and continue. Like I'm saying, this is the third time I'm saying, continue to do what you're doing, because I know why your connection with Lerado is there, because she has a group that is looking at it from that angle, because we have had them, on this platform a couple of times. So you know what, you are in good hands, and I will thank her for linking us up for this
Thank you.
conversation, because there is nothing that I will not spend to come and watch you perform. Because I know you've made it. You're going to make it, and somewhere down the line we'll see you here in North America, and to be
I
given.
appreciate.
Yes.
I appreciate you. I'm
People
forward
get
to
it.
that.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I appreciate, and I'm looking forward to meet you soon.
We are here, and then we miss
CYB and
Ron. Yes. Oh, you miss Petra.
Yes.
Petra is Petra is a reggae artist, an accomplished reggae artist.
Great.
And we miss her today. Petra, she said she wanted to. She had something to do, but she wanted to, take it off and then come and do it, but she couldn't. Just like how Ron wanted also to put aside something that he wanted to do last week, but it didn't work out technologically. You win some, you lose some.
Yes.
So how can people reach you, get in touch with you,
Okay, so you can reach me on all socials. I'm on all the social media platforms, and you can also reach me in my mail through my mail, ENAM bookings, and then I'm on Instagram as ENAM music __. I'm on X as ENAM music __. I'm on YouTube as ENAM music world. I'm on TikTok as ENAM music or Haji Vodushi. ENAM music or Haji Vodushi. I know the spelling. It's
Habidovishi. Yes.
Yes, Haji. HADZI VODUSHI. So Haji Vodushi or ENAM music on TikTok. And just search ENAM music on all platforms. My music is on Apple Music, is on Spotify, is on Deezer, is on Amazon, is on all digital music platforms or all music streaming platforms, all the stores. And so, yes, I'm online. So you can search me up and link up.
Thank you. And we also want to acknowledge David Agbenefa, Evans Ahosu, and Dozie, that's him. And then Oman Kralo Nanayemwa. We appreciate you, continue supporting. And we are here, 24/7. We are here. And if you drop anything, drop it here. We are going to continue with your music here 24/7. We can promise you that.
Thank you.
Because we are within the, that's exactly what we want to do. Ron is an artist. I'm an artist. Petra is an artist. So it's an artistic platform. And this is Highway 6 to Africa. Thank you.
Amazing.
Ron, do you have any final words for ENAM?
Hey, all I can say is I wish you all the best. Sounds like you're on the right track. You're doing something that is unique, and once again, I'll say that I really enjoy your voice from you singing on the air here with us. Very, very beautiful sounding voice. So all the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't thank us, because this is your radio station as well. You know what?
Okay.
That's right. Folks out there, subscribe, share the station with your friends and your friends' friends, and let them know that you've discovered a radio station with a difference that has ENAM as our special guest today. Join us next Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the program Highway 6 to Africa. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you in 7 days. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.